The African dream we are all looking for is gradually happening. Here today, I'll be telling you more about Angola and Botswana coming together to take one mining company as their own, or more or less investing into one of the companies that will belong to the Africans. Gradually, they are working, and Africa is waking up. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, I'll be taking you straight. Today, it's not about politics. Yeah, it's not about politics, but it's in a terms of politics, but not other politics. But let's go. Today, we are talking about diamond. Diamond that Africa have recovered for so many years. The British and Americans have been taking in charge of this particular gold for so many years. African has nothing to talk about, less to take. And today, I had a full story on Angola and Botswana coming together to buy a mining company called the BS and how it's going to happen and how it's going. Let me take you guys through the whole story. Angola state-owned diamond company Endiama, yes, Endiama has announced plans to increase production to 17 million carats by 2027 following a record output in 2024. This achievement has cemented Angola's position as the world's third largest producer of rough diamond by volume, behind only Russia and Botswana. In addition to boosting production, the Angolan government is reportedly considering acquiring a 20% to 30% strategic share in the BS, one of the world's leading diamond companies. Botswana is also positioning itself around the BS. The government of Botswana is buying out of 15% of the BS. Remember, the BS is a British company. It was formed in the year 135 years ago. Yeah, it was formed 135 years ago by Cecil Rhodes. So you can imagine it was established 135 years ago by Cecil Rhodes in South Africa. They position itself at South Africa. And remember, looking at this, 135 years ago, they've been taking African diamond, they were creating the gold ring, and they were creating diamond ring, diamond necklace, and co. What have you? With all this, mostly goes to them. The government own less of this. Now Africans are trying to put themselves together to make sure they buy all these shares for their country so that they can enjoy the possibilities of making Africa the better place for a living for the next generation. Now looking at it, they have mined hundreds of millions of carats of diamonds across Africa, primarily in South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia, generating tens of billions in revenue. With Botswana and Angola both coming together to buy over 30% stake of the BS, the only or the days of imperial exploitation are numbered. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. The days of imperial exploitation is numbered. Gradually, African is waking up, and Africans are putting on their shoes. They have taken back, they are trying to take back all what is belonging to them. Remember, Ghana is also putting on their own with the gold, strategically making sure they take everything that belongs to them. They are working boot and head to head with the British and American companies to make sure everything now is being produced in Africa, even before we sell out to anybody outside. So that is it right here on Streetwise Politics, the deep dive today. Just brief that I want to give you guys. Remember, this company have been there for the past 135 years ago, and you can imagine how much they've earned from Africa. You can imagine what they've taken from Africa for so many years. They've taken Africa for granted. They've earned billions of billions. Their mothers, their fathers, their grandfather, their grandfather, their grandmother, father, like a whole lot have gone into this. They've all taken Africans. They exploit us, telling us lies, and so many on. I have a whole lot story coming up next on the deep dive. You guys will get to know more about Africa and why the Americans and the British are trying to overtake, and they've taken Africans for granted for so many years. And why now Africans are trying to bounce back on their feet. Now the Africans have opened their eye. Their eyes are clear. They can see things through everybody. Now the Africans are trying to put themselves in the shoe to make sure everything is contained in Africa. Remember, if you go to Dubai or if you go to UAE, everything is being made in UAE. Nothing is being made outside the UAE. Mostly everything. Although UAE has nothing, the only thing they have is oil. They have nothing, but mostly everything is being produced in UAE. Why can't Africa do so? So on the next story or the next video to come, I will be telling you more about African stories that are making waves for in the world now. Yeah, I'll be telling you more as well. I have more stories coming up next. Bye bye.